Hi, welcome to the new place. We moved over the summer, and in moving I had to destroy the old layout. It just could not be moved in any way. The odd thing is I was going to take it to pieces anyway because it really wasn't running very well. The first layout I built, and just about every mistake that a new person makes, I made. So hopefully I've learned a few things and the next layout will be somewhat better. At the moment I don't have a train room, but I do have a train shed, but it's not insulated. Today it's -20 outside, so it needs to be insulated before it can be used, and that should happen soon. So at the moment I'm in the hobby room, and this is like an extension from the garage which is insulated and heated, and I have a little workshop in here. And because I really can't wait for several months to run trains, I'm doing a small little shunting layout, which I thought I'd show you. Nothing special. It's really so I can try out some new ideas and maybe a few new ways of doing things and just see how they work before I start on the larger layout. We'll look at the little layout I've got, and I've wired it all up. We'll see if a train runs. Exciting stuff. See you in a minute. So, here we are. Like I said, it's a sort of small shunting layout. The idea here, I'll use this pointer here, but we have a main track here that goes along here and then out over here. We have an area here which will be some sort of refueling area, and then maybe something here that is some sort of goods area. Like I said, the idea was to test some things out. The first thing was all of these points have been recovered from the old layout, as all the track has been. And the first question was, could I use it again? Had I damaged anything so it just wasn't usable? And the simple answer is no, I hadn't damaged it. Yes, they are usable, which is pretty good. But I do find that the older track that's been used, because it's been painted in places, it's really difficult to solder things to it. You've got to clean it up before you solder it. So that's something I hadn't anticipated. Still, the whole thing's wired up, and with a bit of luck, this little loco should go. Let's see what happens. Oh, well, a bit sort of bumpy. Haven't cleaned the track, so we'll try cleaning it and see if that improves things. But at least it's going all the way down the track. That's really good. I'm just pleased that it's moving. And let's just bring it back and see if it moves, comes back the other way okay. Put some lights on. Wow. Okay, nothing spectacular there, but it does move. It does go in the right places. And we'll just try one junction into the what will be the refueling area. Oh yes, will it go across the triple? Yes, it does. Oh, pretty pleased with that. There we go. And we'll bring it back just to make sure it goes both ways. So here we have a Z21 block detector. I've never done anything with block detection, and I thought, why not? Let's just give it a go. I'm planning on a much bigger layout. I might even take up something like iTrain and do some automation. But first thing was, how do you wire it up? How do you make it work? So I built this layout where every piece is isolated. So in principle, I can put a detector on any piece of track here, and just see how it works. So not wired up yet, not tried. I'll show you that when I get round to it. So that's a new thing to be done. Then let's have a look at what I've done under the board. And this is a sort of work in progress. So we'll see what I'm trying to do here. So in my previous layout, nothing was labelled, and I had real problems trying to track things down. So I don't know if you can see that. Okay, I'm going to move the camera around so we can get a better shot. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so the first thing here is that each of the power lines are completely separated, and there's not I don't need a bus line on this, and they connect together. Big expense, bought myself a labeler. So here we have 13, and if I pull this forward a bit, then hopefully we can just come down here, and there we have 13 on the point motor. So for the first time, I can actually track through where things go. It's still a bit of a mess. I've still got to work out how I can have less of a spaghetti junction here. And then I've also labelled here, this is number 10, and this is PP is point motor. So that tells me that it goes to sorry, not point motor, to the turnout, the point. So that's the power line to the point, and there'll be a white one which will be equivalent, which is down the bottom actually. The other little thing that I've been doing, this is so trivial, but over here, then on the lines from the droppers, I'm just tying the cables together so that they're a bit neater, and they'll be labelled as well. So hopefully, when I get a short, when something goes wrong, and on the larger layout, I won't be able to tip this up like this. I'll have to be crawling underneath, but at least now, all the point motors will have a number on them. That number will link to the power line. The frog has a number on it. Anything goes wrong, and yeah, these are cobalt point motors, and they don't go wrong, do they? Well, they do. They do. You get a short, and one of these motors will just refuse. It will just be a pain. It won't operate, and you have to reset it. Apart from that, these motors are absolutely superb. And the extra functions on them in terms of the switching that's in there, you can use that for so many different things that you can activate when you change a point. So that's the underneath changes. We'll look again now at the top. So we just turn this back over. So I'd use Walter's track bed previously. I really didn't like it. I just felt spongy, and I'm a bit ham-fisted, and I think I just pushed the track too hard on it, and sometimes I had a sort of wobble on the track. So I decided to go for cork. Now this is only 2mm cork, and I'm thinking that actually maybe 4mm would be better. And I just laid it down in sheets like this, and the next job is to trim it up. Now that I know everything's working, it's fairly easy to trim up. and that will be the start of doing some scenic work. So that's it for now. We have a bit of a layout, we have a train running, and now we can get on with a bit more development of it and try some different things out. So that's all for now. See you maybe in 2 or 3 weeks' time. Okay, bye for now.